101, episode 7, stock sectors. We talking about the money today. But before we get into that, there's a surprising article. So I was really shocked. Like this popped up on my news feed, and I think you sent me this article as well. Like at first when it popped up on my news feed, I didn't really think much about it. But it's the Staples Center, man. So the Staples Center is being renamed Crypto.com from a company I believe out of Singapore. And so this is kind of crazy. Let's look at this article real quick. So in this article, my screen says Staples Center to become Crypto.com arena and reported $700 million naming rights deal. Los Angeles Staples Center is getting a new name starting Christmas Day. It will be Crypto.com arena. And you know, the really interesting part about this, bro, is they haven't like changed the name of the Staples Center since 1999 when it actually became the Staples Center. And they currently host the Clippers and the Lakers, the NHL's Kings, and the WNBA's Sparks. And so after 22 years of operation like that, you know, that's kind of crazy. Like that means crypto is like really, you know what I'm saying, like kind of taking over the globe for the most part, bro. That's pretty baller actually. But it's kind of weird, right? Because people like the whole time, like I had an ex-girlfriend, she was a Lakers fan. You know, you know, the whole time it's like Staples Center. You see it in movies and stuff like that. And so that's a pretty big deal. But they did say like when it came to like came down to like actually, you know, naming an arena, it might actually be more than $700 million. But that just shows you how powerful crypto is. And like as we talk about we talked about NFTs, like non-fungible tokens, things like that. You got like altcoins, you got all these different things. And I think this is one of the biggest NFT flexes, you know what I'm saying? If you really think about it, like having naming rights. Like in the future, you might be able to get like they might sell a token that's relative. And I like to think like this because it's so futuristic. They might sell a token where like you can pay $100,000 to perform at, you know what I'm saying, a halftime game, right? And since it's backed up by the blockchain, you won't have any issues actually tapping into that. You know what I mean? So that's pretty cool, man. It says they've scheduled to open owner Steve Ballmer's $1.2 billion 18,000 seat Intuit Dome in neighboring Inglewood in 2024 when their Staples Center lease expires. So the Clippers are actually getting their own stadium aside that. So that's actually kind of tight, man. Because it's really hard, you know, for a sports team to share an arena with somebody else because you can't have games on certain times. You can't do this. Like locally, like in the Champaign Urbana area, like they used to like one of the local football teams, I think it was Centennial High School and Champaign High School, they would actually share the same football field. Like, could you imagine on Friday night having to share, or you had to like do a Saturday game? That's kind of crazy. But like, it just shows you that the world is becoming crypto. So we had this our second article here.
Hold on, I wanna talk about that real quick.
Okay, yeah, talk about the crypto.
So with the Crypto.com, having that arena now like named after them. One of the things that actually my boy put me on this, like at 6 o'clock in the morning, he was like, bro, I'm thinking about investing in Crypto.com coin. And he sends me a screenshot of the price going up like over that week, I guess from the news of it about to happen. So the price of the coin around that time was 20 cents. But by the time he sent it to me, it was 48 cents, right? So it doubled.
Wow.
So from then, which was around Monday, Tuesday when he sent me this. No, today is Tuesday. I think he sent me this yesterday or whenever I sent it to you. He sent it to me. From then until now, it's 88 cents. So it went from 48 cents when he sent it to me to 88 cents now. So again, it doubled. So that's one of the ways someone could profit off of this information by buying that particular coin. I'm not saying that they should, but I'm saying based off of this news, they could. But let's talk about the market cap. The market cap, remember we talked about this a couple weeks ago. We said the market cap is the value of a company, right? Well, in this case, we're talking about the value of a coin. The market cap when he sent it to me was $12 billion. Okay. Now, I just looked before, coming on the podcast with you. It is worth $22 billion. So that means it went from 12 to 22. Based off of the news from when he sent me, they profited $10 billion. So they're paying 700 billion. I'm sorry, million. But they made 10 billion with the B. Now, even going back further than that, when it was around 20 cents for the coin, that means it was roughly around $6 billion. So when the news leaked out about it before they actually announced it, and it hit 22 billion, they made 16 billion from then. So they may be paying $700 million to name the Staples Center, crypto.com. But in actuality, they made about $16 billion just with the news.
Yeah, and that's crazy because now you're talking lots of residuals where that comes from, bro. Like that's like an actual colossal deal. I do want to because lately I've been reading a lot of Buffettology, right? And a lot of that is rooted in like actual facts and data and statistics. We just really don't know where crypto is going and like how a lot of those companies are. So I want the listeners to be careful of FOMO, fear of missing out, trying to go and buy this, right? Make sure that you're living within your means and within what you have. Because what history tells us is a lot of times people will gamble their life savings on something like this just to get rich, and they might lose it even faster. Because when it comes to crypto, let's be honest, it's gambling. Like it's a gamble. Like right now, like last time I checked, she was like going down, it was tanking. But you and I, we talked about this. We were like, if we're gonna get into the crypto game, play the 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 10-year game, and don't put in anything that you can't afford to lose, because that's gonna really, really hurt your pockets. But hey, you know what? And that's the thing is like, I hope your guy, I hope he make a lot of money off of it. It's just sometimes when things go up really, really fast, you kind of get caught up in that world when you try to throw money everywhere and do those different things. And the thing about it is like, we'll get to stock sectors later, but with stocks, it's one of those things where you can use it to lower your tax burden, which is really, really, really huge for those, because when you make six figures, you only make like 67 to 70,000. Did you have anything else on crypto.com, bro?
No, that was it. That's how I got written down.
But yeah, that's super dope. BitConnect. Let's talk about it. And so let me pull up this article. Where we at? So BitConnect, U.S. authorities selling 56 million worth of crypto to compensate BitConnect victims. And you see the little laughing creature here. Shawn, tell us what gives about BitConnect.
So BitConnect is like how I started investing. I shared the story before on the other episodes, but basically, I bought $300 worth of Bitcoin back when it was around $20,000, and then I put my $300 worth of Bitcoin coins into BitConnect. Because it basically promised a substantial return. They basically said, hey, if you give us your Bitcoins, then we're going to invest it into other cryptocurrencies. We're using our technology to like track, the crypto market. I'm like, I don't know nothing about that. So sure. So every single day I'm checking my portfolio and I'm seeing it go up, right? But then sooner or later they get a cease and desist letter, and then we're not able to log in. The currency is crashing, and then by the time I was able to get back in, the coin dropped like 95%. Right?
What?
Yeah. So not only.
So is this real quick? Is this similar to the Robinhood thing?
No, not really, because it was a Ponzi scheme basically. So how they got everybody invested was everybody put their money in, but nobody can take their money out, right? Unless it was a certain amount of time that passed. So like by me putting in $300, I think I had to wait close to like 200 days to get my money out. But by me seeing my money going up, I didn't care. Mind you, I didn't know anything about this kind of stuff, right? But
Wow.
but yeah, so by the time I could get my money out, I just decided to keep it in there because by that time, not only did that coin drop, which was BitConnect, also Bitcoin dropped from close to 20,000 to like $5,000, $3,000. So I was like, it's no point. There's no point in me moving my money because by the time I transfer it over, my $300 would be worth like 20 or 30 cents.
Okay.
So fast forward, I see this article. My boy sent another one of my guys sent me this. Shout out to 𝗟𝗢𝗬𝗣𝗧𝗢. So he sends me this article, and he shows it said that the BitConnect victims can file a claim for the money that they lost, right? So I put in my information, and right when I finished putting in all the information about, oh, who did I learn BitConnect from? I'm like, oh, I learned it from this YouTube channel or whatever. Right at the end, it was like, you're going to be contacted by